How's it going? What's the crack? Welcome to the award ceremony for the Waterford Poetry Prize 2021. We're here in the Waterford Gallery of Art. And just to explain, I'm going to read out the prize winners one by one in reverse chronological order. Third place first, second place after that, and first to finish. Yeah, and just to say, the Waterford Poetry Prize, it's been a brilliant year, amazing entries, really tough job to select the winners. And it's been a real pleasure to do it again. And it's great to actually be down here in Waterford, because last year, due to the restrictions, couldn't make it down, had to record the ceremony in the salubrious surroundings of my bedroom. So it's brilliant to be here, and I really recommend Waterford to anyone who's coming down. I've been here today, just overjoyed to swing around by Reginald's Tower and see the bright sunshine on the river shore. It's a quality spot. I have to be careful now. I would live here if I could, I was going to say, but I love Dublin as well. So just to get straight into it and to share and announce the third prize winner, who is John Paul Davies with the poem A Sketch of the Missing. So I'm going to read the poem so you can all hear how great it is, and then talk a little bit about why I chose it. So, A Sketch of the Missing. A sketch of the missing. Comeback day, we conjure Colin's return. Picture him stop starting into class. Coordination shot. The circuit between brain and response hijacked. Escaped sheep stand fast in a lane. Told to think of him as the new kid, we daydream of half-speed ghost trains. Popped coloured bulbs, the size of his heart, swollen to a space hopper. A failed experiment. Colin the android boy's batteries won't charge. Mr. Martin reaches Colin Henderson before realising, stammering Anthony Higgins instead. Too late. His name cannot be unsaid. Each tick of the wall clock, Colin, giving pulse to our impatience. An empty hardback chair pushed in tight. We colour in his absence, denouncing the space in 24 differing images, recalling his features in copybooks like pencil sketches of the missing. The edges of Colin's mouth curl as if tugged on strings. Incisors crowd the gums. His right eye won't stop drooping. Unable to correct the curve of his spine, I scribble him over. Start again. Desperate to spot him first, we keep tabs on the classroom door for the handprint smear, the dissolving ghost of his breath on cross-hatched panes, his replacement shadow skewing the light. A test and rattle, as if someone's got the wrong class. The registers abandoned at the S's. The door inches inward, the air changes, as though we'd propelled headlong into a tunnel. Colin's desk adrift in a hinterland of faces. So there you go, Sketch of the Missing. And the reason I chose that poem by John Paul Davies is because it's just so creepy, and it's so brilliantly constructed, like 7 quintets that kind of creep towards this horrible realisation, and in the centre of it all, that really startling image, the young person trying to draw and make sense of this absence by drawing the child that's gone, and it's just so creepy, almost zombie-like image, really stark, and there's this mad kind of macabre carnival horror feel, which is introduced straight away with the half-speed ghost trains, the popped coloured bulbs. We're into a sort of body horror, and it's just kind of full of terrifying imagery. And the classroom trying to struggle to comprehend this unwanted reality, And I love the way it's bringing us towards something, but it never truly reveals it, It's never revealed, only hinted at in details, like the hints and whispers, the breath on the glass, the test and rattle. And it's kind of, the whole poem sort of is balanced on whether or not all of this actually happened, and it might possibly be fiction, and you kind of hope that it is, and this kind of cartoon, surreal quality, bringing us to this place, to this question that we'd rather not be answered by somebody actually coming in. And there's nothing, the reason I really picked was, I don't think in all the poems I read, there was nothing more unsettling in its use of imagery, but also bringing us to that place to make us remember what it feels like to struggle to understand when you're young. It's full of empathy and understanding, and brave in its choice of perspective, So well done, John Paul. So just there to share John Paul Davies' bio with you. John Paul Davies was born in Birkenhead, England, and has lived in County Meath since 2013. He was winner of the 2016 RT Guide Penguin Ireland Short Story Award and has been shortlisted for the Francis McManus Story Competition. He's previously been placed in the Waterford Poetry Prize 2017, the Cheshire Prize for Literature, and in the TU Dublin Short Story Prize. His poetry has appeared in journals including Banshee, Channel, Crannog, the Manchester Review, Main Review, the Cormorant and Southward. He co-runs the Bulls Arse writing group in Navan, County Meath, best writing group title ever. So yeah, that's John Paul Davies. Congratulations on third place. So now to announce the second prize. Second prize goes to Last Day by Martina Dalton from Tramore, County Waterford. And her bio is here as well. Her poems have been published in Poetry Ireland Review, the Irish Times, the Stinging Fly, the Stony Thursday Book, Crannog, Skylight 47, Channel, The Honest Ulsterman, The Wax Lemon, among others. She was selected for the Words Ireland National Mentoring Programme 2019, and she received a Nobel mention in the Court's New Writing Prize 2020, and was shortlisted for the Julian Lennon Prize for Poetry in 2021. She's been awarded a Deadless Press mentorship as well for this year. So congratulations to Martina, and we're going to just share the poem Last Day with you now. Last day. And I remember the last day when you could walk, how I'd rolled the wheelchair out behind your back, through your workshop so you wouldn't see, past the wooden ramps you'd made to lift the cars you'd brought home to fix, where you used to lie in the freezing cold on the flat of your back, repairing for all the things you'd never had. How I'd ordered 99s for both of us on the journey out. Don't hold back, I warned the young girl in the shop as she filled your cone. I'll pay anything extra now to pay him back, to make it last. How we sat and laughed when it collapsed, ice cream dripping all over your good shirt. How you used your hanky like an oily cloth to mop it up. Knew how redundant that shirt would become once I got you home. How we drove all day along the coast. I showed you all the places I'd ever been that brought me joy. And how I knew with all our talk I'd left it late. Hoped that this might be a day the sun could do without its sunset. And how when morning came, the doctor phoned and said you were so upset to find yourself in a hydraulic bed, not knowing which way was up, and thinking that you had dreamt it all, and wanting to hear it again from me, that you had been somewhere, that it had mattered. There you go. Really powerful poem there, kind of an emotional dropkick. Really made me feel something. And I remember poet Owen Rogers saying to me once, a poem can be put together whatever way it wants once it makes you feel something. And yeah, congratulations on that poem. It's really beautiful. Broke into lovely, tidy quatrains that really should be octets, you know, but they're broken. There's this separation sort of on the whole poem, and it's shown up in its own structure. Yeah, and it's like, it's as if it has to be kind of, there's these kind of jumps between each quatrain that makes up an octet. And in that jump, there's always kind of a little surprise. I'll pay anything extra now to pay him back, jump, to make it last. Just that lovely skip of emphasis. And just the poem is full of feeling, you know, and the way it makes us understand. A good poem kind of keeps you listening, just holds your eye, keeps your ear involved, doing its soft work, like through assonance in this case, and lovely half rhymes, home and coast, late and day. And there's a little cliche in there that has to be forgiven for me, which is which way, you know, not knowing which way was up, but it's deserved, it's kind of earned because it's recontextualized and attached to a moment which truly is upside down, you know, and the whole poem flips in that moment. We were brought to a place of profound, that place of profound understanding and gratitude that I recognise, that I think we all have for what we got from our parents and what they've lost in the process. And yeah, it's just really striking in its power of feeling. Well done. So the winner of the Waterford Poetry Prize 2021 is Ingrid Casey. Congratulations, Ingrid. Ingrid is from Kilcock in County Kildare, and she's after winning the prize with her poem After Lockdown, A Walk on Braehead. And just to share Ingrid's bio with you, she's a Kildare-based poet and visual artist. Her debut collection, Mandible, was published in 2018 by the Onslaught Press. In 2019, she edited the anthology of young Irish poets, which was translated into Greek by Vaxicon Press. She has worked with Inspire Gallery Dublin and produced Through the Cracks, Pro Bono, a documentary highlighting family homelessness in 21st century Ireland, and that website is www.throughthecracks.ie. She commenced writing in 2015, and since then her poetry and prose has appeared in literary journals of note, both in Ireland and internationally, as well as being commended in several competitions. Her writing is described as visceral, feminist and political. She is a John Hewitt Scholarship recipient and an award-winning alumnus of Maynooth University. So congratulations, Ingrid. I'm going to share that poem to you now after lockdown, A Walk on Braehead. Descending amongst flaming gorse, Ulexi, think of ibex, think of heart, earth, old roots branch, care where live a trinity, head or horns bring cervix, cerebrum, cornucopia, cranium, keratin, or to grow, swell, crescare, the waves azure below, a symphony, then also heat, fire, carbon, cremere, this batholith of quartzite enveloped in mica schist. Most all of our dates have been in my sitting room, love flames in place of heart. Hestia gave herself to Vesta. Meteorites fell from the same named asteroid. Earthly carbonaceous chondroids, say, contain chemistry, twinning vestal waters. Earth's liquids accreted in a dance with its rock. You find me, too, a wet planet, with all your hard Dalmatian promontories and hort pebbles and heat. We are sun-eyed in fours, pieces of nature this moment. We talk about the first ever stream and the first ever rain. This head was formed from the very push of Pangaean plates that appled Appalachians, birthed Susquehanna, that sounds so like a whisper. Passion is an argument dumping 71 inches of rain on La Reunion, far-flung cyclones. Our love is heady orogeny, buckling and folding us and rising up, defying erosion. Let that come later. Today, sphagnum runs our limbs, Rayleigh scattering glistens our eyelids, eskers, acclivities mould us. No Bora or Mistral or Sirocco disturbs new neural pathways. Now we are streams, rains, a deluge into each other's hearts. I have to stop myself, of course, because it's an amazing poem. What a cracker of a poem. And just like the title reminds us, and it's only hinted at once there, most all of our dates have been in my sitting room, love flames in place of heart. This is a lockdown poem. This opens up in this beautiful way, the way we all felt when we were free again, you know. But then the double freedom of falling in love and getting to leave yourself and fall into another. And it's just like there's words, it's just a brilliant sort of celebration and joy of words themselves. Lovely, big, multi-syllable words that seem chosen for their sound, but sort of paradoxically have to be read. Maybe even looked up, you know, in a couple of instances. Big, sumptuous, flamboyant, kind of Latinate words, but lovely, clunky words as well, you know. And they're all kind of constructed and put together into this beautiful avalanche. And not even as clunky as an avalanche, more like, as it says in the poem, a deluge. I gave this poem, I swear to God, I gave this poem a standing ovation in my house. When I read it first, it was just like, yes. And yesterday when I was doing an event for Waterford Writers Weekend, I was asked what poem best describes love for me right now, and I thought, this is it, you know. I love the end of separateness in it, the way everything just merges together. And when you're in love, everything feels connected to everything, and everything's brilliant, and everything inspires you, you know. And just the words like orogeny, sphagnum, like that little moss that grows everywhere. And orogeny is the art, the like kind of geographical thing of like mountain building itself. And it's kind of feels like a genderless poem as well. So, you know, any reader can feel themselves in it, can become the subject of the poem. But there's a couple of subtle hints that gives away that it's kind of from a woman's perspective, falling in love with somebody that might have a bit of damage. There's kind of like all this Buckley kind of stuff going on. And it might even be like there was definitely a sense of something international going on, a sense of, and then it, you know, breaks out into the cosmic, and the way Hestia crashes into Vesta, which are the Greek god turning into the Roman god, were in the clash of history in the sitting room with the heart, you know, and then out back up into the cosmos with the meteorite that crashes down. And a good poem like this, it's all about, like, love works like gravity, you know, it's all about something getting pulled towards you, you being pulled towards something. But when you like a good poem as well, it's a bit like when you start pulling things into it, you can lose control and you can pull everything into it, and it becomes a bit like a black hole, and it starts to lose meaning and it gets a bit confusing. But this doesn't. And one of the things that I was really inspired about it was its sense of control, pulling everything in, but then knowing when to stop. And it really feels like it's full of internal rhymes, not a single end rhyme that I could see. No form, but the form, it makes itself. And for me, it's a real 24th century poem, both in style and subject. So yeah, brilliant. Hats off, congratulations, standing ovation from my bedroom when I read it first after lockdown, A Walk on Braehead. Thank you. So that's the end of the award ceremony here from the Waterford Gallery of Art. And just to say a quick thanks to Nora and Margaret and Emer for putting this all together. And well done to the winning poets, but also to everybody who didn't get shortlisted. Apologies for that, because you know the way it is. I can remember being at I was shortlisted for the Hennessy Awards 4 times and I never won it, and there was always this moment where afterwards when you're sitting outside with all the shortlisted writers, and it's like, and I remember someone saying to me once, we should all be celebrated, you know, because we've made it that far. And I'd just like to congratulate you on sending your poem in. There was really, and don't get disheartened, because yeah, like as you can see there, one of the winners this year was shortlisted a couple of years back. So keep on going, and yeah, thanks again.